chain. It's a great fidget chain too.
Mhm.
There you go.
All right. Welcome, welcome to the Color Whisperer Show, where we talk about all things home and healing. And today we are talking about beauty, and beauty heals because it feeds our soul. Beauty feeds our soul in such a deep way, which is why we need art, why we need music, why we need to be out in nature and look at the incredible beauty that God has made. And beauty isn't just, something nice to have around. It's an expression of our inner beauty. And I'm about to introduce you to a lady who has just truly changed my life. She is a superstar in my world. Her name is Katherine Moffat, and she makes the most amazing jewelry. It's unlike anything you're going to see out in the stores. And what she does is she pulls out your inner beauty and makes it take place in your apparel. Now, if you recognize her, you might recognize her because she's been in everything from Knight Rider to Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And so you might go, oh, she looks familiar. That's why. But right now, she's here to talk about jewelry and the amazing ways that it can improve your life. Welcome, Katherine Moffat.
Thank you, Jeanette. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
It's so good to have you. I love having you here. It's the way we get to create together. We kind of lean on each other sometimes for creative juices. And I'll go over there and I'm like, I need to play. I want to do something to create. And I'll look at some of her odds and ends and I'll
Mhm.
go, I like these. And then she'll go, oh, we could do this and this and this and this. And it's the little details that she puts on that takes it from like, okay, here's a bunch of beads and stuff that could look good together to, oh my God, that's an amazing necklace.
Oh,
And
thank you.
so we will play creativity sometimes.
I think it's wonderful how creative people can support and encourage each other and inspire each other. Because I know I've
Yes.
come over to where you work and come away with all kinds of ideas that I can then transform into my medium. And then on play dates, when you come into my studio, you show me things that I've looked at a million times, and I suddenly see them in a whole different way. So it's
Absolutely.
wonderful how we can inspire each other. And although we work in different mediums, we're both artists, and we can encourage and help each other that way. So it's
So
it's always a lot of fun.
my listeners who watch on a regular basis, it's no secret I had a very ugly miscarriage several years ago,
Mhm.
and I
That was a
went
tough
to.
time.
It's a very difficult time,
Mm.
and I wanted to honor the child that I lost, and went online and was like, all these really cheesy little things like little baby footprints, and I was like, no, that hurt. It didn't feel good. I didn't like it. And I said, I want to wear something that I can honor my child and have it mean something to me. But the rest of the world didn't need to know that, oh, because like people don't really know how to respond to that. So
Mhm.
I went to Catherine and I said, let's make a necklace. And this is what we created. And this is kind of where we started is we found these little pods and I went, oh, that's it. And because that's about how big my baby was. And it was all I saw when I looked at it at first was it was a broken pod, like with all these holes in it, which kind of fit how I felt at the time. And and she took a look at it and she said, Jeanette, do you realize there's dragonflies on here? And I swear to you, I hadn't seen the dragonflies at all. And it's very fitting since my moniker is a dragonfly, and I had to have had two miscarriages, and there's two dragonflies here. So I thought that was really cool. And
Mhm.
we kind of looked at the different colors in this, and we said, well, we kind of loved, I also love these little wood beads. And, so I picked out a couple parts of it. And then she said, "Oh, we can do this and this and this and this and this." And next thing we knew, we had a gorgeous necklace. So, um, custom, I mean, that's really what you do is custom for the most part. And
Primarily, yeah.
and
Custom or gallery work.
yes.
Yeah.
And so this was just a really unique experience, being able to create something of beauty that I can put it on. I know what it means to me, and I get lots of compliments. I get compliments on everything I wear
Oh,
from her. So this
thank
is
you.
something really cool that you created.
Yes, that is a
Let's tell a
card.
story on this. I get compliments on this all the time.
That's a piece that is very special. It's a jade, the back piece is a jade carving that's beautiful on either side. So you can actually wear this necklace aimed the other way. And then in the middle, see, and then in the middle, it is a brass stamping from the Victorian period, and then a glass tile from the Art Nouveau period. So you've got a couple of different time periods all mixed together. And I liked the blendedness of the colors. And then I built the rest of the necklace around it to support it using beads and pearls and various things to, there you go. See, and it's all wire wrapped and one of a kind. And those are antique Czechoslovakian beads from probably the 20s. So in my work, I use a lot of antique pieces, unusual finds. I can't resist a flea market or an antique shop or a swap meet or an auction or an estate sale. I'm a hunter-gatherer by nature. And so I have collected these bits and pieces over decades, and I incorporate them in my jewelry so that each piece truly is one of a kind because you're never going to find another one of those again. So, yeah, and that piece is very, very special. It's definitely a one of a kind. And I wanted to point out the reason why it looks so good on you is look at the shape of your jawline. And what
Mhm.
I did with the necklace was I mirrored the shape of her jawline with the bottom curve of the necklace so that that necklace is made to fit her face. And one of the things that I do that I'm known for in my work is working with facial geometry. And everybody's face is different. And it's like, Jeanette, have you ever gone shopping with a friend and you and your friend both try on the same outfit? And on one of you, it looks great. And on the other one, not so great. Well, it's because it has to do with your geometry and your body type. Well, faces are the same way. You know, if you think that, well, you've got to wear something long and slimming, or you've got to wear something this and that because of your figure type, faces are the same way. And so, what I try to do when I make jewelry is to mirror back the shapes that are in the face so that my jewelry is literally a picture frame because I believe the art is you, the wearer. The wearer is truly the piece of art, and I just want my jewelry to frame that art. So that's kind of how I work, and that necklace is
And it
very
really is
successful
an
on me.
extension of you. It is, I mean, I get lots of compliments on her jewelry when I wear it, but there's a big difference between you wearing jewelry and the jewelry wearing you. So why don't you talk about that for a minute? I'm gonna get a
Right,
couple more
right.
necklaces just to show off a little bit of her talent, and then we'll get
Oh,
into some necklaces that you have.
okay.
I'll be right
All
back.
right. Yeah, if you look at my face, you'll see that my features are all kind of in balance with each other. They're not real large, they're not real small. And so when I choose beads and things for myself, I love wearing jewelry. This is a wood piece that has a little wood carved butterfly on it. So I've chosen everything to be in kind of a medium range so that it reflects back my own facial features. This is one of my necklaces that is not for sale, but if I were to work with you to create a necklace, a wood necklace, that I call this a toy box necklace because if you look at it closely, look, there's a little bunny and here's the butterfly and here we've got the little frogs. See no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. And oh, here's a bunny with a mushroom. Isn't he cute? So that's why I call this a toy box necklace. So if I were to create one for you, we would choose beads that reflect your personality and your facial shape. So they're truly one of a kind. And it's like having, a personal diary around your own neck. And then a piece that would be wrong for me, let me show you based on that. This is a piece that would be for a person who has very, very large features. And I'm going to take off what I have on. And I love this piece. I think it's absolutely fabulous. It's so fun. I had such a wonderful experience buying the elements for it. These are elements that are sewn on I can say it, garments from Afghanistan that are worn for ceremony and celebration. And look what happens. When you look at me, what do you see?
Just a necklace.
You
You
see the necklace.
disappear.
You see the necklace because the necklace is overpowering me. Where if I had larger features, it would balance and then you would see me. So when I put on a necklace that is, let me find one that is right for me.
Do you have one that's too light? Do you have one that's do you
Yeah,
have
let me show you. We'll come back to this one. We're going to talk about this one later, so I'm going to keep that one out. Um, Here's a necklace that's absolutely lovely, and it's 14 karat gold and biwa pearls, all kinds of gorgeous pearls, citrine, absolutely lovely. But look what happens. It just kind of gets lost. Just kind of gets lost. I need something because my voice is strong, my personality is strong. It just kind of it does the same thing. It draws attention away from me. So it becomes about the necklace and not about me. It's like going into an art gallery and going, "What a great frame."
right,
You know, you want them to
right,
say, "What a beautiful painting," or "What a beautiful piece of
right,
art." You don't want them to say, "Oh, I love that frame," because that's what jewelry is. It's a finishing touch to your outfit, which frames you and your beauty and brings out your unique beauty, however it is. And everybody's beautiful. Another piece that is just,
So now let's what are you showing? I'm sorry.
I was going to show another piece that was just too light, except now I can't get this
Okay.
one off. Ah, these
Now
little
this is
tiny,
for you. So we're looking at really creating something that fits. While you're doing that, I will show off one of the things that Catherine does that I love is these really cool clasps.
oh,
And
I love my
so this is a leaf and then the little thing comes back. This is a very cool necklace. It's sunstone and you can't get sunstone anymore. And
not like that.
when she says it's all custom, so one of the first necklaces I bought from her was this beautiful dragonfly necklace, which I think it's in the infirmary right now. But I ripped there's a beautiful dragonfly on a couple of antique buttons, and I took something off over it and it grabbed it and it ripped. And I called her up and I'm like, can you do anything? And she's like, no. And so fortunately, the way it ripped, I was able to get some glue and put it back and restore it to its natural state. But it was pretty scary there for a minute.
There's another one. You see what I mean about it just being,
Yeah, it doesn't
doesn't do
even
anything for me. It just
nothing.
distracts. It just distracts. And so, better choice um, for a person with medium facial features like I have is this one, which we call the gypsy. We used to call it the Trader Joe necklace, but Trader Joe sent me a nasty letter from their legal department saying, couldn't do that anymore. So it's a little more balanced. It's a little more balanced. It goes with my face. Now I'm not wearing much makeup today because we're just casual. It's just us kids here talking. So This is something, this is called the Gypsy. It's one of my most popular pieces. I sell them quite frequently. They come in a variety of different metal colors. This is the antique brass, and this is a piece you can wear every day to the office or out to dinner. Um, it just dresses up any outfit from plain to ordinary and will make it more finished and more special. And then you
It's
can,
great to layer with. So I will often wear these chains with my
right,
gypsy, and
right.
and it's very easy to make it look, again, casual, just like that. You throw in a couple other chains and now it's much more formal looking, and it is really beautiful.
There you go. Now you have a more, oh God, makes my boobs look huge. So this adding another layer will carry it down, and you can just add layers as what looks right on you. Yeah.
So let's talk about, like, okay, I'm just starting my jewelry collection. This is a whole new idea to me. I want like
Mhm.
a couple of key pieces. What do I need?
Okay, couple key pieces. When you come to my studio, I would
Or work
suggest,
online, because you do
or
virtual consultations as well.
I do Zoom consultations. Now I'm doing Zoom more than I do in person, because I'm dealing with people all over the world, which has been really exciting. And I've met some really wonderful people. So the basic piece that I recommend to get you started is you start with your metals. And how you choose your metals is you look at your skin color and your eye color. And you look at the undertones. Does it reflect green or red or yellow or white? And everybody, regardless of how light or how dark your skin is, it will reflect an undertone. And those undertones will coincide with a metal tone. And I happen to be, I know I look a little pinkish in this, or at least on my monitor I do, but I am um, kind of a green to gold undertone. I'm what's known as an autumn. And so I've got green and gold undertones. So green coincides with brass. And um, green coincides with brass. So I would start out with generally this piece, the Gypsy, is a classic, basic, no fuss, no muss. You throw it on, you're ready to go piece. And so I would wear this one as starter piece number one. Starter piece number two is an invention of my own that is a long chain called the double clasp. And what we do when we choose lengths, the length of the necklace is very important because, again, you want it to reflect back to the proportions of your face. So you take your pinky, stick it right in the middle of your chin, take your finger, stick it right underneath your ear, and go from the corner of your shoulder down. That's where your first chain should be. See how it's right there. Then you can go down again, and that'll be your next and your next. Or you take the measurements, for example, from your nose to your chin, and that can be a space in between. So I'm going to take this double clasp. I'm going to put this back a little bit, and you can see my very lived-in house right now. It's my lovely orange sweater. It was cold this morning. Um,
It's
so,
cool.
so what I'm going to do, I put that there so the camera would come up. I'm going to take one end, which has a clasp, and I'm going to put it at approximately that length, roughly so here. And that'll be one length. And then the next length, which is here, I'm going to go like this. If I could get it to clip. Come on, baby, you can do it. There you go. So now, pardon the price tag there. Here, we'll just tuck it right in there. So now you have the look of wearing multiple chains without the weight. Because a lot of my clients are my neck, I have a pinched nerve, I have a sensitive neck, I have to be very cautious about putting weight on it. So this is one way of reducing that weight on the neck. And then you're set to go. Let me see if I have a pair. You know what I don't have with me are earrings. I'm not even wearing any. Oh well, no one's perfect. There you go.
Are these? Oh, let me go get the. I'll let you talk about the next. I'll get some earrings. I'll get some of your other earrings.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you a little clue on earrings before you go. If you take your finger from the middle of your nose or from the middle of your eyebrows to the tip of your nose, that's going to coincide with the length of your ear. But
So mine are about that big. I do this. I
and
have a little nose.
that's the maximum length of your
Yep.
earring. You don't want to go longer
Yep.
than that.
And I'm always telling her I need shorter, I need shorter, I need shorter. She's got
Shorter's
these
fine,
beautiful, really long earrings, and I'm like, that bothers me because it really does. It if it hits me too low on my neck, it drives me crazy.
right?
So
I'm the
this is
same way.
about what I can stand. Is about that.
Yeah. Shorter is fine. Shorter is fine. Even a single dot post is fine. It's you don't want to get longer than that unless you're really making a fashion statement, and that's a different deal. But for everyday wear, like for the office, for your day-to-day life, for the classroom, for wherever you happen to be, you want to stay within that length. Otherwise, you become about the earring and the
Yeah,
earrings are going to take away from you. And what we're trying to do is focus on your beauty by framing it correctly with your jewelry.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
do you have any other jewelry to show us?
Oh, I have lots of jewelry to show you. In my studio,
I
I
love going into her studio and just going, oh, that's so, even if it's stuff I wouldn't wear, I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that's so cool.
my studio right now is in the process of being completely reorganized. And so everything is out and on the floor and all over the place. And that's why I'm not working in there right now. Any artist who has a completely, totally neat, tidy, perfectly organized studio doesn't actually work there. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They're
It's
lying.
true.
They're
It's
lying.
true.
Yeah, it's like art is messy. It's just art is messy. And I like to use my floor as a way of laying things out. Now, this is a fun piece. That's an
Oh,
antique button. And I think he's a dragon. Yeah, he's a dragon. Woo. And I've got some iron oxide and some copper and some brass and wood. And then these are iron oxide with brass in between. And then some little drops, and the earrings that go with it match the drops. And they're around here somewhere. Um, so this is a fabulous piece. This is one of those that, particularly if you have dark hair like mine, and that's another thing that we take into consideration. And you can wear it with the longer chain. And it can be worn alone like that, or you can layer chains with it for a more complex look. And this one, I have it a little long, so it would go like right about there on me. See?
it's so beautiful.
And it's truly one of a kind. And I'm never making another one. So once this one's sold, it'd be gone. And that's the way it is with most of my work, is that when they're one of a kind, so it's first come, first serve, whoever speaks up, um, they're the ones who get it. And sometimes I have clients who just get in fights, and it's like, oh, I try to please everybody, but I just can't. I just can't. But I do try. I try. So this is a fun one. And then this would be warm if you're into seasons, spring, summer, winter, autumn, by color typing. If you're into it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, um, you
Call
might
me,
consider
call you.
call me. Yeah, call me or call Jeanette. We can fill you that in. There are wonderful people around our city, and I'm sure your city too, that will do a color palette for you and will help you choose colors that are going to highlight and brighten you in your wardrobe as you go out in your daily life. And I wish that when I was an actress, which I did for 30 years, I wish I knew my colors then, because it would have helped my career, because you can use color to help um, build relationships, to help build confidence, to help build trust, to by the certain colors that you wear. There's a whole psychology involved in it. And it's much, much more involved. They remember, when was it, the 80s, where they had me the Color Me Beautiful book or something like that? And you were, yeah, and you had like 6 colors you could wear, and everybody who had blue eyes could only wear those colors. And well, trust me, the color industry has come 100 million miles since then. And I know I go to a colorist, and so does Jeanette, that I mean, she works with it's Jennifer Butler, who is really the premier color specialist in the world these days. And she works with like 6,000 different colors. So you get a very personalized palette. I didn't mean to do a plug for her, but she's been very supportive of my work, and I do appreciate that. But you get your
I
colors
may
done.
have a fan close by. Let me see if I've got a fan
Yeah.
close by.
Well, I have a fan. This is Riley. He's my greatest fan. And he's the office manager. He's my CEO. And hi,
So
Riley.
this is the fan that she made me.
Yep. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. And there's colors that you can use in different areas of your life, for a first date, for a third or fourth date when you want to be more romantic, for a first business meeting, for a meeting when you have to be powerful, for when you want to blend in with other people and just be supportive. There's a whole thing. And so I create jewelry to do the same thing. This is a piece that supports various people's eye color or hair color. And eye color and hair color has to do with trust and connection, because they say that the eyes are the mirror to the soul, or the window to the soul. Is that what they say? Something like
Yes.
that. And mine are um, brown green. They're brown green hazel, so they change. I'm wearing the brown today, so they're probably this color. And so this would mirror my eyes, which what you doing, pal? Which he has green eyes, by the way. Um, and man, can he give you the eye when he wants to. Um,
Pixie comes into the show sometimes too, so it's all good.
okay, yeah, I'm sitting on his spot right now. So he's saying, "You're on my spot and it's nap time." So that's anyway, so that's very important. So of the different seasons, this one would be primarily an autumn or a summer. And a summer is a person who wears kind of muted colors, softer colors, very blended colors. They frequently have a pink undertone to their skin, or a taupe undertone to their hair. Um, Man or woman, it's across the spectrum. So this would be a perfect piece for them because of its complexity, or for any autumn. It would be really great for them. I'm going to show you another piece. I designed for all the seasons. If I could get this one off and put that down there. Here's one of my original classic pieces that is a gallery piece. I'm going to take this off. And what I mean by that is I sell in art galleries and high-end boutiques. And this is, you can see, this would be more for a spring or possibly a winter, who has that pearlescent skin, the light, bright skin, perhaps green eyes, or a pink undertone. And I'm going to show it to
What
you.
is that box at the bottom? What is that?
Let me show you. That is jade.
Nice.
And you see it, and it's
Very
a
pretty.
butterfly, and he's got a jade center with pearls and garnets. And this is pearls, garnets, gold, and jade. And there are earrings that go with it that are available. And it's 10 karat gold. And this was a brooch that was probably from 1920s, roughly. The back is like that. And this is a one-of-a-kind piece that's very, very special.
It's
So
beautiful.
that's another direction. So you can kind of see that these pieces have a very different feel. This one's very rustic. See what I just had on a moment ago. And this one is very refined because people are different. So my work has a familiarity from one piece to the next. I mean, it looks like my work, but they look like you, the
The
client.
client.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
what's important. And that's what I do. So I wanted to share that with you. And then you might say, well, that's an awful lot hanging around my neck. Um, I don't want all this stuff hanging on me. I'm simple, I'm classic. Um, and I got something for you. This is some of the most exquisite rose quartz I've seen. You can see
The
where it
shape
shines.
on that is very cool.
This is called melon cut, which is no longer made. This is
Mm.
it. It is no longer made. These were all cut by hand. And then the clasp is absolutely beautiful. I'll clasp it for you so you can see it. It's sterling silver with some rose quartz in the middle. It's got a safety clasp on it, so
Mm.
you're not going to lose it. And this is a piece that can be worn. Look how elegant it looks. You know, say you're wearing cocktail dress and you just, it's just an elegant piece. It's an option to say you're a pearl girl and you just want something that frames but isn't making a loud statement. Well, this is the way to do that.
It's beautiful.
And it is a gorgeous piece. And I've done this in a number of other stones, and it feels good. And rose quartz is a healing stone, and it feels good against the skin. And it
It
has a
does.
wonderful energy about it. And I just like touching it because it just feels so good. But this is a beautiful piece. Um, and so it doesn't have to have a bunch of stuff hanging off it when it's made by me. It can be very classic, very upscale. And I think it's beautiful. You can wear it with sorry, it has a price tag hanging on it. You can wear it with the clasp showing. Some of mine are made intentionally to have the clasp showing. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
The sunstone necklace, my sunstone necklace with the
right.
clasp I just showed. This is meant to show it. This is how it,
Is that the one with the clasp in the front?
it is.
Aha. I
It's got
designed
the
that.
beautiful leaf clasp on it, and it's part of the, let me get it on here.
That necklace is sunstone and citrine on gold, and I believe it has pearls.
Let's
Okay, you're
see.
missing. There you go. There you go. Yeah. And that's a beautiful sunstone on the pendant. It's got wonderful striations.
It
Those are
does.
those are the stripes. And it doesn't really show up, but it has a wonderful glitter to it. So when you put the sun on it, it really
Oh,
sparkles.
it does.
It's really special. And so, my thing is that uh, not all jewelry has to be thing on a string, When you go into Macy's or
That's what I love
Bloomingdale's,
about your jewelry is that it is not thing on a string.
it's not a thing on a string. It needs
It's
to
not a thing on a
be
string. The string is as important as the thing.
exactly,
Catherine
uh,
and Jeanette, I popped in just for a second because I was curious because,
yes, Mark.
I watch the athletes and everything like that, and I know that a lot of guys will have jewelry in the sense of a watch or all along those lines. But I was just wondering whether you have any clients that are gentlemen as well and everything. 'Cause I did hear you talk about the emerald eyes and everything earlier and all along those lines. But I was just wondering your thoughts around jewelry for guys, because I know that sometimes we'll see the athletes wearing them and all along those lines, but it's definitely something that I didn't
Absolutely.
know whether it was in your repertoire that you had a lot of guy clients.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What I do for men, let me get it. Where is it? Ah, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I didn't bring it down.
Oh,
I
no problem.
have, I have chains for men
Mhm.
that are bronze and one of a kind, and they are so gorgeous. And here we go. Here's one. Ah, here's one. All right, got lots of chains. Here's a copper chain
Okay. Yeah.
that could be, it's kind of big. That'd be for more for women. But for the men, you can see their
Mhm.
chains, and then I do the bronze coins,
Okay. Yeah.
which are great. And some of these coins, you can see there's your guy on the back.
Mhm.
Some of these coins, I used to live in Rome, Italy, and we were building a patio, and our home happened to be right on top of the catacombs. And as we were digging, we were discovering things just in the dirt, and I saw some coins, so I picked them up. I didn't know they were considered antiquities, and you're supposed to turn them into the government. I didn't know that. And so I got home with them to the States, and my husband at the time said, "Oh no, you're supposed to turn those in." So I'm a criminal in Rome. I hate to tell you that, but
That's okay. Just to let you know, Catherine, you're not the only one. My dad is a turtle collector. He collects a lot of living turtles, and Jeanette knows this because I've talked about it on this show before and everything. I
uh,
remember one time he was going, I want to say it was one of the Asian countries, and they found a little small turtle. So before 9/11 and before all this tight airport security, he
right.
actually took the turtle into his pocket. So the turtle got a free airplane ride and lived with
Oh,
his dad for a number of years and everything like
oh,
that.
how
The turtle
funny.
may still be around. I need to ask Dad about that turtle if he's still
Turtles live a
this
long
was a
time.
decade or
Yeah.
two ago. Because Dad had a that small midget turtle, and he also had, as I've told you that before, a big land tortoise that lived in a doghouse in the backyard. So he
Oh, how
definitely has
funny.
a affinity for
So it
turtles.
was a turtle house.
Yes, it was a turtle house, not a doghouse. It was a turtle house.
That's funny.
That's why
Well,
he called his
the coins that I brought back, I had recast. And
okay.
so I used them in my jewelry. And I like for men to use bronze rather than copper or brass because I love my men, I really do, but they don't always take care of their jewelry the same way women do. And so the bronze things they can just leave on, they don't have to do anything. They can take it off, put it on their dresser, and then put it back on, and they don't have to do all the care that metals need because people don't realize that jewelry needs care and you have to keep it clean.
Yeah.
So, but bronze, this is a medallion in bronze with
Pretty.
a flower or a burst or whatever you see in it. And it's just a really lovely piece. But I have a lot of different coins that are perfect on men, a lot of simple chains that are perfect on men, and a lot of very unique chains that are just, worn at the neck, very simple. And you can hang a medallion on it or not. It's entirely up to the gentleman to make that decision. And I've done a lot of bracelets out of these chains. And unfortunately, I don't have any to show you right now because they're all sold out.
That's a
The
good thing.
guys love
I'm
them.
going to
Yeah.
turn it back over to you and Jeanette. Jeanette knows that I have a thing for cats. So if you ever decide that you want your cat to move to North Carolina, it is such a cute cat that I will gladly take it off of your hands and everything. Because I see the cat that is enjoying your company,
Well,
Catherine. So it's over
you're
there
a
taking a
couple
nap and
years
everything.
late. Riley came to me as a rescue cat that I was supposed to be his foster mom to find him a new home. But that was the first week of March in 2020.
Okay.
And then we all got shut down. And so here he is. He's still here. I wasn't going to have a cat. Now I have a cat. Now I have two cats, both of them rescues. I'm a foster mom fail.
Sounds good. So I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Jeanette. But I'm liking this those foster cat thing. As I told Jeanette, my mom got a small dog that she thought she was gonna be able to take care of because she tried the big dogs, but even the small dog, because she's in her mid 80s, was too much for her. So right now, my brother's got the dog, and he's trying to figure out what he's gonna do with the dog in terms of giving it a foster home. But knowing Malik, he'll wind up having an extra dog because even my nephews will have 3 or 4 dogs instead of the 1 or 2 that they've got right now. But I'm gonna turn
Maybe
it
we could
back
get a
over to
turtle.
you. Maybe that's what you need. There's a turtle.
Okay. So,
So do you have now one of the things I love that you do is you find these odd little pieces like this and in little prayer boxes and stuff like that, and then you turn them into necklaces. So do you have anything like that to show us?
let's see, what do I have? Well, I do have something that I made out of an unexpected material. It's not quite finished yet. I'm going to take this one off. And I've done several like these, and um, they've sold, and this is one that I'm creating for another client. Let me get it.
So
Taking
just while she's saying that, so she will do something similar, but she can't promise the same thing since she does a lot of antique buttons and stuff like that. So she can make something that's got some similarities.
I
But
don't
oh, this is
duplicate
so
for
fun. I love this necklace.
this one is fun. I don't duplicate for another reason. I mean, part of the price you pay is to have something that's unique and one of a kind. And if I duplicate it for somebody else, yours is no longer one of a kind, and I owe
Right.
you money back. So I don't want to do that. So this is a necklace that it's not quite finished yet. There's this piece here goes in this area, so it's not on there yet. It's growing. What these are buckles from the 1940s and 50s, mother of pearl, little buttons. There's a chandelier crystal in there, a couple of them. You can kind of see, am I showing it to you the right way? Yeah. And it doesn't have a clasp yet, but when you wear it, it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing. So I'm still working on getting it balanced, but this is one that these are found objects that I collected over a period of time. And then when I had enough of them, I made them into a necklace. And I see everything as something that can be made into jewelry. I've made jewelry out of plastic dinosaurs before during COVID, and those sold great. So pretty much as far as coloring inside the box, what box? I'm just not into that. Another fun piece that is found objects. This would be for a winter client, which would be a person with contrast between their hair and their skin, or perhaps a person with dark skin, rich skin, and very bright smile or very bright eyes might be a winter. And so the clasp on this is great. This is great, if I can see it to do it. Look at the clasp. It's dragons.
Oh, wow.
I think great. I love them.
That's
I love
awesome.
them.
I love your clasps. You always have really cool clasps.
They're fun. And so this is a collection of found items. The back, you can see the bridge across the back. That's a shoe buckle from France from turn of the century, last turn, not recent. And on top of that is a piece of black jade, and then a piece of a stamping that went on a piece of furniture is the flower. And then the little Buddha was a little brass thing I found at a flea market. And I strung it with pearls and a great clasp, and it's got some black crystal in there. And then that is a piece of jet that's been faceted. And it's a hot looking piece. And
It's gorgeous.
isn't that fun? Yeah. See? Like that. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It is wonderful.
I like
That's what
that.
I love about your, like, you can't find, like, you can't go to Macy's. Like, there's nothing you're going to find in the stores that has all this, because you do one of a kind stuff.
Yeah.
And
They're they're how I stay sane in a very crazy world we have today. As I get up in my studio and I create things like this that are kind of somewhere between fantasy and reality. And it's a very peaceful piece
it is.
with our little Buddha on there. Um, Fun pieces. Let's see, other found pieces. Um, I got several trays here. I just have to see what I've got in here. Um, Here's a fun thing. Ah, wait, what did I do? Oh, pearls. We were talking about pearls. Well, this is my version
Oh,
of pearls.
I love all your natural pearls. They're
Aren't
so
those
pretty.
fun? And look at the clasp. They're
The
gold
clasp
leaf.
is gorgeous.
Beautiful. And this is beautiful on anybody with a pinkish skin undertone or a gold skin undertone. It's absolutely beautiful on the skin there. Even me with my kind of yellow skin, it's they're really, really pretty. So that's what I think a pearl necklace is. So it's not your grandma's pearls anymore. Although I still do classic strung pearls. And you know who's wearing them these days? Men.
Really?
Men are wearing pearls and brooches, and it looks fabulous on them. They just carry it
Hmm,
off great. It takes a man with strong confidence who knows who he is, but they look fabulous. So,
interesting.
yeah. So this is my version of a pearl necklace. And then another version. Oh, these are great. These are great. This is somewhere between classic and outrageous.
Oh, I love this. This
And
is very
these
nice.
are very funky pearls. And it is with moonstone, which is that wonderful. And there's a jade, rose quartz shoe bead, which I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's carved. And I did this one on copper. And there's the clasp. It's a little crooked there. Let's straighten that out. Little leaves.
Love
And
it.
it can be worn. You can layer these pieces, which is really fun. With this one, which is more moonstone, it's a little longer. And look how pretty they are together.
Wow.
You did like that. And then this piece is slightly different. And the colors are different. It's got a wonderful lavender in there. It's got some rose. It's got your lighter pink, which will reflect your skin tone if you have that color skin tone. And look at that. It's almost kind of a gray purple color. And then with
And
the beautiful
you find the
clasp
most
like
amazing
that.
beads too. Like I've never seen anything out there like, this is another necklace that I have that I love. First, she's got this
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
wreath thing, and then
The,
look at the beads that go with it. I mean, they're just so
pull it
beautiful.
back a little bit towards you so we can see it better. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that I can't even remember what those stones are called, but that's a carved peony. And boy, you can't find that anymore. The people in the parts of the world that do that kind of carving, primarily China and India, um, not doing it anymore.
Mm,
Most of the carvings that you see these days, although they will tell you it's hand carved, it's not. It's all machine carved. And
mm,
if you look at them side by side, there's a world of difference because the artisans that do this, the younger generation isn't interested in going into that field. And so the art is dying,
I
and
see.
which is why there isn't going to be more. So whenever I have an opportunity to buy an old piece like that, I I I will pay big bucks for it because I know I'm not going to find it again.
Right.
And I find machine made ones all the time. And if I have one, if I find one that's machine made and it's truly beautiful, I'll buy it, but I'm going to let you know it's machine made because I don't sleep well at night unless I am open about that. So a lot of jewelers are not, but I am. Um, yeah, so those hand carved pieces and these one of a kind antique pieces, once they're gone, they're gone. I'm finding it like the old buttons I used to buy for nothing at swap meets. Can't find them anymore. Not for a price that you want to pay. They're the collection value on them has really gotten high. Um, so these are gorgeous, and that would
They're gorgeous.
yeah, those are really beautiful pieces that can be worn separately or together, or you can, put I'm dropping things all over the floor here. You can layer them with another chain if you want. You can just do all kinds of things. Um, I have here. This is a fun piece. This is that is a
Look at all those
dow
colors.
yeah, it's a dowry bead from Afghanistan.
And
And
what's a dowry
a
bead?
dowry bead, well, a dowry, you may know, is a bride will have her wealth that she takes into her marriage, and it's part of the marriage contract that is to the custom of her people. And so this is from the Tuareg people and in that part of the world. And some of these beads, she'll wear a necklace, and some of these beads will be about this big. And the poor bride stands there and she can't even move. She's so covered in this jewelry, and it's gorgeous, but that is her dowry. That is the wealth that she takes into the marriage. And so that's what this bead is. And the smaller ones are from Tibet. And then this is a resin-based amber. So it's amber that has been subsidized by resin. It is not solid amber. And then this is what they call African jade. And it's just such a wonderful,
Very
rich color.
pretty.
And that's its natural color, which is nice. It's not been dyed or heat treated. And that's a piece that I can wear, that it suits my
It's
facial
beautiful.
features. Yeah, it's not too big and it's not too small. And it makes a statement without taking attention away from me. So my goal is when you wear my jewelry and you walk into a room, people say, "Gosh, Jeanette, you look fabulous. How are you doing? Great to see you. Life's treating you well, obviously. Tell me what's new." And a little while later into the conversation, they'll say, "That's a great necklace." But if they walk in and they say, "Wow, look at that necklace," and they don't notice you, I have failed my
Yeah.
job. I have failed my job because my job is to frame you. And so that's what, remember, it all comes back to that. Every bit of it comes back to that. Um, let's see, what else do I have to show you? There are pieces that are heavy, there are pieces that are light.
Do you have any of the smoking pipe ones?
They're all sold. I have
Um,
none. I have none right now, but I want to invite anybody who wants to see them. I have a lookbook on my website, which is katherinemoffatdesigns.com. And there's all kinds of pictures of things, and that gives you an idea of what I do. Most of those things are either placed in galleries, so they're not available right now, or they've been sold. They do tend to sell quickly, the one of a kinds. And but if I can make something similar, not identical, I can do that for you. Um, I'm going to show you what else I have. Here's a great piece. We were talking about pieces for men. This is a great man's piece, and it's a
it's very
coin.
nice.
Yeah, it's got that Roman cross on there. And then on the back, I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's cool. And then this is a typical example of my bronze chains.
It's a very pretty chain.
They're exquisitely made. My bronze guy is here in Los Angeles. And one thing about my chains that I absolutely insist on, this can also be worn very well by women. But the thing I insist upon in my metals is what most people don't realize about metals is the creation process is extremely dirty and very toxic. The leading chemical or element that's used in plating is arsenic. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Arsenic. Arsenic, which will kill you dead. And yet your skin is your largest organ, and it's very porous, and it absorbs everything. And so, we have to be really aware of what we put on our skin, and people are very aware these days of what they put on their skin, but you don't think about jewelry. If you go to average department store and you buy a chain that is plated, most of the time it's 1 microgram thin of plating. That means there's 1 microgram of gold, and the rest of it can be anything. It can be, and it's usually a base metal or a cheap quality brass. That way they keep their costs down and their profits high, and they can sell you a chain for $69 or whatever they sell it for. And you think, what a great deal. Now you're going to wear it a few times and you're going to notice it's not as shiny anymore. Or you're going to notice your neck is changing color or things like that. Or it's just not going to look as pretty after you've worn it a few times. And so what I insist on is that my chains are all made here in Los Angeles, or in the Los Angeles area. My bronze guy's in Glendale, because the EPA standards here in California are higher than any place else. And there is no arsenic, and there are the other very toxic chemicals that are used in the creating of metals anyplace else are not used here. And so you can literally put this in your mouth and be perfectly safe, or any of my chains and be perfectly safe. Now, mine are
Well,
8.
nobody would ever do that.
You ever sit on the phone and you're like,
Yeah, I'm
you're looking at the
teasing.
computer. You see people doing, I do that, it's like, um, and it's kind of gross, but we do it. Um, Mine are 8 micrograms thick, so it's not going to wear off as quickly. And there's nothing toxic in it that's going to make you sick. Now, people
Nice.
do have metal allergies, and there's nothing I can do about that. But at least my metals are pure, and my chains are clean, and they're not going to cause you problems. But you do have to take care of them because they're not solid. They're jeweler's brass underneath, which is the highest quality of brass, which has 11% zinc in it, which means it's stronger and it will polish out smoother. So it's a better quality of metal than what you're going to get in. Definitely a base metal is anything left over they throw in. They can plate cardboard. They can plate anything. Anything can be plated. So you want to know what's under it if you're going to put it on your body. Mine are jeweler's brass, and they're done here in Los Angeles with the highest standards. And if they're not, I make them do it over again, and they're like, "Oh God, here she comes again." But I want that because I don't like it when people return things. I really don't. It messes with my head and it hurts my feelings. I'm sensitive, but and I want my clients to be happy. I want them to, it's like, and I also don't want them spending a bunch of money on something that's going to go in the bottom of a drawer because that's not
No.
fair to them. I want it to be something they can wear and enjoy. So, um, what was I telling you? And the bronze is silver, tin, and copper, which is interesting because all three of those are very weak, malleable metals, but you put them together in bronze and it becomes one of the strongest metals. Isn't that interesting?
So that's very cool. So you know what? I just got noticed we are almost out of time.
Are we
And
really?
I know, see how fast it went. So we've got about 5 minutes left, but we've been talking about how to work with you, but I want you to have a couple minutes to talk about how do people work with you? How do they find you? How do
Okay.
how can they get a piece of your amazing jewelry?
Well, you want to contact me through my website, which is very easy because it's going to give you an idea of what I'm about. I do apologize. My website needs some help. I'm not a website designer. They promised me when I did it, it would be easy for me to do, and they were wrong. They lied. Anyway, I'm not a website person. So contact me through Katherine Moffat Designs .com. There is a
And let's
contact
spell
form
that
on there.
out.
Katherine like French fry, AT Designs, DESIGNES. No, Designs doesn't have an E, does it?
No,
Designs.
GNS
There you go. That's right.
.com.
.com. CatherineMoffatDesigns.com. Don't go to CatherineMoffat.com. She's a photographer. She's wonderful. She's wonderful, but she's not me. So contact me that way. And then what we do is in my studio, I only take people by referrals because it's in my home at this time. I can meet people in public places, but in my studio, it's only by referral. Sorry about that. But I do work with clients on Zoom. And what we do is you will email me and I'll call you back, include your phone number. I'll call you back. We'll have a phone conversation. We'll set up a Zoom call. I'll have you send me a series of photographs of yourself so I can get an idea of your geometry. If you have a color palette, you're going to want to send me that. If you don't, I can work from your photographs. And you're going to want to have an idea of what type of jewelry you want, what your lifestyle is, what your favorite colors are, what your favorite things to do are. And then I work with you to help you create a jewelry wardrobe that's going to be wearable, usable, enjoyable, functional, and economical for you. Um, and what I generally
And she'll help. You guys got to know, she has got her studio is like this amazing creative. Like a lot of people call me because they go into a tile store and they're like, oh my God, I just don't know what to do. Let me
uh,
tell you, the biggest tile store you've been in, that's like nothing compared to what her studio and all the beautiful things that you can play with. So if she'll work with you and say, okay, let's find something, and you can find a bead and go, oh, I really love this bead, and she'll create something out of it. So it
yeah, working
really,
in studio is a lot of fun.
even through Zoom, she will find a couple, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And then it's like, oh my God, I love that. Okay. Next thing
We
you
have a
know, there's
lot of
an
fun.
amazing necklace in front of you. Yes.
My clients have a lot of fun. They have something special they can talk about. It's a wonderful conversation piece. And I try to create pieces that you'll wear for a lifetime. So that's who I am. And I look to my clients. Most of my clients have been with me 10 years at least, up to 30 years. My clients work with me and they tend to stay with me. And
I think we figured out it's been about 30 years that we've known each other.
Mhm.
And
We
that
started out,
sunstone necklace,
uh-huh,
that's about how old that is.
and it's still holding up great.
You
So,
betcha.
yeah.
And Catherine, I've been really impressed, not just by the cat, but speaking of your house and everything, and I've never been there, but it seems like Jeanette's been there several times. But I'm looking because I've got friends that have been to the Orient and everything, and I'm looking at your pottery and the things that are over there by the cat, and they're like drawing my eyes as well. So it looks like not
Ah,
just your jewelry,
the
but your
Chinese Chinese wall piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's another that she'll have to come back and show off her Chinese stuff because she's got amazing Chinese art. And we can do a whole thing on Chinese jewelry because you've got
And
really
Japanese
cool.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole episode right there.
My first international travel was to Japan, and I fell in love with Asia, and I've studied Asian art and Asian textile quite extensively. And so my home is kind of a collection of
Homage.
around the world. Yeah. Italy meets China right in my house.
sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
It's fun. I love color. I love design. I love various cultures, and I love mixing them all together.
Well, it sounds
Thank
great
you
and
so
everything.
much for being on today. I so appreciate it.
Well, Jeanette, thank you for having me. It's always fun to visit with you anytime, but especially talking about jewelry, which is my life, my favorite subject. And I enjoy my job very, very much. And I enjoy being able to share it with others. So this
Cool.
is my new life,
Awesome.
my new retired life, away from Star Trek and the world of movies. I don't have to get up at 4 in the morning anymore, and I don't have to
Yay.
have prosthetics of aliens put on my face anymore, or yeah, be on a diet every day of my life. That's my favorite part. I don't have to do that. Um, I loved that career, but I'm really enjoying this career.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know that only since this is a Zoom recording, but when we air it live, we'll have Can Do Spices closes out as we always do. So I'll add to that in there and everything along those lines. But this has been a great conversation. So I'm going to end the recording, but it definitely is great seeing you again. And you did another great job talking about your jewelry and your amazing artwork. So I look forward to seeing Jeanette next week, but we'll see you the next time that you appear, Catherine, because I know she'll probably have you back again at some point or another.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.
Stop recording.
So we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Thank you.
You know how people love to enjoy food and don't understand how to flavor their food or how to replicate a meal? They're interested in supplements but don't know where to begin? Well, what I do is I take the guesswork out of enjoying flavor and wellness with my flavorful spice blends so that they can create delicious meals with healing benefits. Can Do Spice was created to help cooks at any level enjoy healing through food. Every spice blend was designed to give added health benefits of natural herbs. Every blend is complete. There's no need to add any additional spice for a delicious meal. Saving you time and money while adding supplements to your meals can be both tasty and fun. My earliest memories in the kitchen began with my father, Kenny Can Do Bond, so it was fitting that I would name this line after him. I have always looked to natural remedies to supplement the body, and I found myself hiding herbs and minerals in foods for my family. That's when it hit me. Everyone needs Can Do Spice. Everyone should be having this. It's an exclusive brand for cooks at any level who want to create flavorful dishes with healing benefits that can satisfy the body and soul. Add a little spice to your life. Give Can Do Spice a try.